Hi, Anna Carson here. How are you? Hope all is well wherever you are in the world. I wanted to pop on today and talk a little bit about the womb, about the ovaries, and the magic that they hold, but also some of the things that I am seeing in relation to the shot, in relation to the implants that I talked about on my Telegram page as well, and just how that impacts on what we're able to really bring forward into the world. So, there's a lot of amazing people doing work with the womb. We really recognize it as the seat of creation. It's where it's something that women hold that has this incredible magic that we can create life within our womb, within our own bodies. That we can really bring forward and birth not only babies, but we can birth these incredible projects and life work and all of this sort of stuff. It's in the womb that we do this. So there's a lot of talk about working with the womb and really activating it and really clearing out lots of trauma and stuff like that. But what's not talked about so much is the ovaries. And one of the things that's something that I've been working on or with in the last few weeks in client sessions and things is the ovaries. And this is where our potential is held, the potential. Obviously from a physical point of view, we have the potential of babies, we have the potential of children held in our eggs. But if we take it from a creation point of view, this is where the potential, we have the energy of the potential of our ideas, of our projects, of our the potential of us as human beings, of us as multidimensional beings. This potential is also held in the ovaries here. And so we as we are starting to access that, we're starting to there's ideas being created, and then slowly we start to bring that into form, and so it moves from the ovaries into the womb and into that kind of seat of creation. And so there's incredible magic held in the ovaries, and we really want to be able to tap into that potential, and for the ovaries to be as clear and as potent and as accessible as possible. But one of the things that I'm seeing with some of the research that's coming out with the ovaries and the spike proteins is actually that's where the spike proteins are often congregating first. So after they've been injected, they start traveling around the body, because this is one thing that they said, that initially they thought the spike proteins would just stay in the deltoid after it's been injected, but now they've recognized, and this is where the people who are speaking out and going, okay, this isn't quite what we'd thought. Anyway, but they're seeing and researching and understanding that these spike proteins then travel around the body to various different organs. But one of the first places and one of the highest concentrations of these spike proteins happens to actually be in the ovaries. And so for some people, this is causing immediate damage. So there's fertility clinics and stuff like that who are you're talking about you having worked with couples, and before the shot they had viable eggs and everything, but then after having the shot, then the eggs are no longer viable, and so there's having an immediate impact. But then also we have this kind of unknown situation where when these spike proteins get activated and when this whole reaction happens, and this is what they're worried about. When you listen to some of the professors and Mike Eden and various different people, they're talking about within 6 months to 18 months, that when there's a huge activation of these spike proteins, and they start to really cause a huge amount of blood problems in the body. The fact that they are congregating within the ovaries means that there's going to be a lot of damage. So again, not only from a fertility point of view and the risk of sterilization, but then you're also talking from an ability to tap into that potential that is held from a more metaphysical point of view, and really you're bringing in your potential, bringing in your ideas, bringing in your birthing, the projects and the the purpose, all of that is also held in there, that is also going to be impacted, and it kind of shuts it down. And so yeah, it's really, I mean, I was seeing this not only in relation to to the shop, but I've seen it in relation to I was talking about implants on my Telegram channel, and I've seen that in relation that the ovaries are often kind of covered. I've seen that from a masculine feminine point of view, that where the masculine kind of dominates the ovaries, again from a kind of energetic point of view, and really stifles and suppresses all of that potential. And so a lot of the work that I've been doing with ovaries is about really clearing that out and helping that to come alive, and helping that to really you regain the from a physical point of view, you're kind of bringing the hormones and everything back into balance, but you're from a metaphysical, from an energetic point of view, really clearing it out, opening it up, and helping us to access that potential and access what is held in there, so that we can really bring that from that kind of potential and start to bring it into form and into reality and start to birth it. So that was one kind of aspect of it. And then the other aspect that I've been seeing from the womb point of view, and this is very much in relation to the shot, is the womb. And again, some people don't recognize this, but the womb is one of the elimination organs. So as much as the kidneys and the the liver and all of this, the lungs, they're all elimination organs. They all eliminate through various different things. The womb is also an elimination organ, and it's one of the most powerful ones because it eliminates through the blood. So we can eliminate so many things through losing blood. And it's something that is very specific, obviously, to women. Men don't lose blood every month, and they can't detox and they can't eliminate through that process. But it is a very powerful way, because if you can imagine how much the blood can hold from a toxicity point of view, from a life force point of view, from going through all of the organs, it can collect so many different toxins that can't be eliminated, maybe through the breath or through the skin or through the urine or through the bowels. So it's a very specific elimination organ. And what I'm seeing is that when people have had the shot, that and we're hearing this a lot, that women's menstrual cycles have changed considerably. Even with shedding, they're changing considerably. That women who have maybe stopped bleeding, who are post-menopause, actually start bleeding again. We're seeing miscarriages happening. We're seeing all sorts of strange goings on with the menstrual cycle and with the womb. And what I'm seeing is what happens is when the body gets flooded with these shocks and with these toxins, the womb almost kind of goes, okay, we need to go into survival. And so that survival for the womb is, I need to go into an elimination I need to go into my elimination abilities and forget about the creation thing, because obviously every time that our body goes into a fight, flight, or a survival thing, we move out of the creativity, we move out of the thinking, we go into survival. And so that's what the womb is doing. It's going into survival, it's going into elimination, it's doing everything it can to eliminate these toxins, to eliminate all of this stuff. And it's forgetting or going, okay, I can't deal with the creation side of things now. I'm only in survival mode. And so that's what I'm seeing, that a lot of this bleeding that is happening, or a lot of this changes in the menstrual cycle, and these miscarriages and all of these horrific things that are happening, is because the womb is moving from from the creation side of things into survival, into elimination. And so I guess wanted to share that and to gain this understanding, because as always, this isn't fear, this isn't to elicit fear, this isn't to to scare people at all. In fact, it's to provide knowledge, because the more that we're aware of this, the more that we're understanding what is happening in our bodies, the more that we're understanding the impact that this is having, and the more understanding why this is happening. So we're going into survival, all of these sorts of things, then we can actually do something about it, whether it's seeing a practitioner, whether it's through ourselves, just going, okay, my womb's gone into survival. What is it that I can do? I need to support it to help it eliminate. And then I need to then help it come out of survival and going back into creation. And that's again the same with the ovaries. What do I need to do to change this kind of domination, to change the fact that the spike proteins, is there something that I can do to protect it? But when we have this information, and this is why I feel it's so important, is to be doing our research to understand what's happening, and then we can do something about it. So this is why I'm sharing it. I really, really, really do not want to elicit fear. I really do not want to, kind of freak people out or anything like that. I really share this from an empowered place of going, if we understand this, if we know what's going on, we can do something about it. And so I really hope that you take it, in that way. We can still have a kind of sort of reaction, but then if we can move through that into that empowered state, then we can actually, like I said, we can do something about it, and we can share that, and we can, help to create the changes that we're needing. So yeah, I hope that just helps you to understand maybe what's happening. If you're seeing it in other people, if maybe you're seeing it in yourself, then we can all, the more dots that we're joining in our brain, as I know as a kinesiologist, that's what I do. I join the dots, and I help the subconscious to understand what's going on. So if I'm helping you to join dots and go, okay, then the body has a far better understanding of what's happening, and a far bigger ability to heal. So please take it as that. The more dots we join, the more we can heal, the more that we can move forward with this. And really, one of the biggest things is to always remember that whether you've taken it, whether you've not, whether you're experiencing shedding, we can move past this. We can transmute this. We are limitless. This is so important. It's come up again for me yesterday. I'll probably do another video on this, because I had a huge conversation with my dad and various other people recently, and you're understanding that when we come into that freedom within, and we come into our hearts, and we come into our multidimensional selves, and we can really see the potential that we have, and that our abilities and everything, that we can transmute everything that is being kind of thrown at us, not just from a shock point of view, but from the fear that is being pumped at us through the media, and all of this sort of stuff. We can transmute it, we can move through it. And so the more that we are empowered within this, the more that we can move into that potential, and we can really start to change this narrative for ourselves. So I hope this finds you really well. We're all in various different states around the world of lockdown and not lockdown, and free, all of these sorts of things. But I hope that you have in your heart your love and light. And if you're struggling, please, reach out to those who can support you, and be kind and gentle as always to yourself and each other. Sending you lots of love. All right, bye.